All right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match in the London Sevens. This one, we're at the business end of the competition, the quarterfinal. These two sides only played very recently. It was Ireland were able to get themselves the victory. This time they play off, but this one means a little bit more as it is one of those quarterfinals. Looking through at Argentina's starting lineup, it will be Santiago Alvarez, Jermaine Schultz, Luciano Gonzalez, Gaston Ravol. He's back into this Argentine side. The veteran will be very keen to help them get the victory here. Rodrigo Isgro, Santiago Vetterfeld, and also Augustine Fraga, the last man in their starting side. Then for Ireland, it is Harry McNulty, Noel Comerford, Zach Ward, Billy Dardis, the speedster at 6, Brian Mullen, Shane Mullins, and also Sean Galvin. But Vamos Pumas in the chat from Carlos. Kevin has said it will be fast or it will be a run feast for the Pumas this matchup, and also 30 points to 15 is going to be the prediction there. So I think this game is going to be close. I feel like Argentina, the way that they've been going recently, they really want to get Marcos Moneta to that number one try scorer, although they've got to compete with Va'a Pilomaliko, who got himself 4 in the last contest. Go the Panthers, says Kurt. Welcome in once again, mate. Keep well. Hope you are not too tired at the moment. You've had a big night. And Danny Tanner has said, good evening, friends. Welcome in, Danny. Looks like Argentina, they will decide to receive the kickoff. Referee blows the whistle, and the first quarter final is now underway. Billy Dardis kicked this one off for the Irish. It's already hot out there. The players are sweating. It's actually a nice day in England. That sounded sarcastic, but they don't get too many of them at times, unfortunately. Now, that's a bit high. Straight away, penalty goes against Mullins for the high shot. And hi, good morning. Go the Pumas, says Pedro in there as well. And I should mention the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of Samoa and the Great British side. I don't remember who it was. It's the home side favourites. Kicks downfield for USA, goes into touch. Good morning from the USA. Waiting for the Samoa game, says Nikki, and it is getting very close. I'm somewhat sleepy. Time for another coffee, says Karen. Hello, Hamish. It's me, John. Go the Puma, says Damien McKenzie. Now, Gaston Ravol, 4 of the 5 meetings between these two sides this season have been decided by 7 points or less, so they've always been close. Ravol now going on cross. I believe it is going to be Vetterfeld in the midfield at the moment for Los Pumas. Rodrigo Isgro going to that top side of the park. Fraga dragged down. Big counter-ruck there from Ireland, though, and not quite able to get onto the ball, unfortunately, though. For the Irish, they do need to make sure they have a majority of the possession in this contest. Luciano Gonzalez, another nice take. And who's your final two then, says Kurt. Oh, what a run from Jermaine Schultz. He'll be through the first try for Los Pumas. Looks a little bit slippery out there as well. The way that he slid over was actually pretty nice for him. But I would say at the moment, my two finalists, Samoa, Fiji. I say it every week. It never happens. But this week, we'll see. I feel like Fiji at the moment, they haven't won a single leg of the Sevens circuit, but they have been very close every time. Samoa is probably a bit of a stretch. More than likely, it could be maybe Argentina taking on someone. And also, did you watch the Force versus Brumbies? We were covering sevens at that stage, so we did miss a little bit of the action. The Western Force, though, did very well throughout that contest, I thought. And New Zealand versus Argentina, says Nomum. Another very good prediction. Could see a rematch of what we've seen a couple other times the last few legs of the Sevens. And Vamos, the Kiwi Lads. There's Blues, Nate. Ball's going to be kicked off high. Nicely taken there by the Irish, number 31, Mullins. Now Comerford, instead of sniping around the side, Luciano Gonzalez drags him down. So I should mention Marcos Moneta, sorry. Not in the starting lineup. I'm going to say Panthers versus Koalas final. Oh, okay. Argentina, Australia. I like it. Aussie have had some pretty decent games so far throughout this Sevens competition. Comerford now looking to step through. Big driving tackle there at the moment. Ireland just losing those meters. And now Argentina managed to get themselves the counter-ruck. Gaston Ravol, quick hands. It could have been a runaway try opportunity for the men in green, but Mullins not quite getting it right. I've realized that I've messed up like 7 words so far. I think you can tell the brain's still running a little bit slow. Warm up as we get through more of these matches. Who scored, says Tautala. It was scored by Jermaine Schultz for Argentina. They have won 5 of their last 6 quarterfinals after losing their first 3 of the season. So it just shows the improvement we've seen from Los Pumas the way they have been able to fight back. Hey, good morning, Kerr. Says Nathan Fiji is just the iconic Sevens team. Absolutely weapons in broken play. Exactly right. And you just know if they're in a final, it's going to be an exciting one. That can be said about a lot of these seven sides at the moment, the way they've been playing lately. Argentina, I think with Marcos Mineta in that race, with Va'a Pilomaleko, both of them going to be going very well throughout the last stages. What a grubber that is from Rodrigo Isgro. Goes to Fraha, and he will get his first try now of the contest. Argentina on fire early on. And there's a little bit of a chance here. We may end up seeing Argentina versus Samoa. That is a rematch from not too long ago. All of these sides have been playing off. There's been some very good ones happening lately, and that could be another one if that is the case. And who did they lose to? The other side of that as well, I should mention, is Argentina could end up playing Great Britain, a team that they bet 50-0 last week. So you'd like to think that would end up a little bit closer perhaps than that for a semi-final if that was the way the draw ended up going. Who did they lose to? Said they lost one in their last six. Who did they lose to? Didn't tell me that. It just popped up on the screen. Saying that I believe it was up against New Zealand, though, if I'm not wrong. I think they ended up coming up against the Kiwis. Wasn't Singapore, might have been Hong Kong? Maybe. That might be wrong, though. I think they actually did pretty well in Hong Kong. Los Pumas, they don't often miss the top four. Big run forward now from Ireland, though, trying to fire back. Zach Ward actually managed to score the last try when these two sides met not too long ago. And I should mention, Ireland won that game. It was only yesterday they were able to win it 14 points to 12. And Ireland, they are down currently by 14. Trying to find those gaps. They haven't really got a well-known Irish lineup, though. I will mention the likes of a Jordan Conroy. Not going to be in that starting side. They've got Lennox coming off the bench. Other than that, they just haven't really got those familiar faces, I guess you could say. Ireland have won just 2 out of 7 Cup quarterfinal appearances this season. And my prediction is New Zealand in the finals 25-15. Will be that close. New Zealand versus Argentina final. Well, will you first New Zealand in the quarterfinals? Are really going to make it to the semi-finals, says Damien. So, yeah, New Zealand, they've got France, which cannot be a side to be underestimated. They are very decent indeed. Wow. Argentina, the penalty count, given away a lot of them throughout the season. I think that's because of the intensity that they do bring to those breakdowns, though. Can sometimes get them in a little bit of trouble. But Billy Dartis about to throw this ball in. Nicely taken by McNulty. Back to Dartis. The more experienced players in this Irish side trying to work together. Mullen trying to fight. Oh, he's gone straight through Mullen. That was not quite ideal from Los Pumas in defence. Pretty much what happened is Mullen decided to take a couple of steps back while he was hanging on to the ball. So Ireland or Argentina were like, okay, he's not going to run it. And then he just runs it straight through the gap, scores the try. And now Argentina, that's the first one they have conceded of the contest. Just goes through the gap where the referee was as well. Very strategic because that means that a little bit of hesitation from one of the defenders. Also, final will be Argentina versus New Zealand, 26 points to 21 in favour of Argentina. And hi, says Pads Ablaze. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Hope you're well rested. That kick's gone over. 10 seconds remaining in the first half. And they close the gap just that little bit more there, Ireland. 14 points to 7. Billy Dartis. Out to kick this ball off here for the Irish. I think Argentina, they may actually just kick this one out if they can get it. It is available. Rodrigo Isgro, what does he decide to do here? Looks like he's actually going to try and run it, but they're on their own 22 here, Los Pumas. Very risky tactic. Now Gassion Ravol goes across. The main Schultz has a crack, driven backwards again. It's all using up extra energy that Los Pumas may need in their second half, but if they do get themselves a try here, will be massive. Luciano Gonzalez now about 7 fins in a row there from that man. He juggles it though, and that will be the knock on. And that is halftime, ladies and gentlemen. 7 points to 14. See the disappointment on the face of Gonzalez, one of the leading try scorers for Argentina. So if he had managed to get through that last challenge, perhaps could have made his way to the try line. New Zealand are winning. We all know it's happening. Well, it's going to happen, says Bads Ablaze. I mean, there's going to be some tough games, though, for the Kiwis. You look at who they may end up going against. If they beat France, they then have to face either Fiji or Australia. New Zealand, they've had a little bit of a problem with actually both of those sides. In the past, no, I think Argentina got it. There's Damien McKenzie, although first they have to stop the Irish from making this little bit of a comeback that they did start late And the harp at Twickenham, not as full as I would have liked to see for the final day. Maybe everyone's going to be piling in later on in the contest, but also because it's such a big stadium, it does look like it's a lot more empty than it may actually be. We've seen 10 tackles made from Argentina, 3 tackles missed. The Irish, they've missed a couple in there as well, 1 error apiece per side. Looks like quite a calm Irish huddle here. Although he was just doing this, which I assume means get in that breakdown, smash him up a little bit. And they're going to have to. They're going to have to play a physical game in the second half, maybe a little bit unorthodox as well, because Argentina, they quite enjoy defending against structure. We saw that try scored by Ireland when Mullen took his foot off the gas, went backwards, put it in reverse, beep, 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 couple more steps, and then accelerated forward. New Zealand versus Argentina. Win for Argentina, 21 points to 19, says Pedro. And I want to see a big step up from Argentina this year, a bully a team in the knockout footy. There's Danny. And that's the thing. They went in and got themselves the bronze medal at the Olympics. And that wasn't even that long ago. It's a weird thing to say that the Olympics is almost here and we only just covered the last Sevens. In fact, I think that was the first ever Sevens event that we covered on the channel. And ever since then, I believe we have covered every single Sevens event, which is quite cool. That's like 20 something weeks, I think, all added together. But Gaston Ravol now kicks that one off. The main Schultz slaps the ball back into the favour of Los Pumas, but there was a little knock on the ground, says AJ Jacobs. So they will now have the Irish scrum. New Zealand will beat France, then beat Fiji, then lose it in the final to Argentina 26 points to 21. And Argentina will beat Ireland 28 points to 14. Okay. I mean, I do love watching Samoa play Argentina, that is for sure. Anytime they've played in the past, it's been a hard-hitting affair. Couple golden point games as well. 59 points to 0 for New Zealand over the Argentines. Don't know if they'll get that. Oh, that's quite a prediction. That is probably the highest score that we would have had in a few weeks for the Sevens. I don't think anyone's lost 59 points to 0. I know there's been some big losses, normally involving Japan. But now Ireland to feed the ball in. Billy Dardis going back across, and I'm sure that they are missing Conroy at the moment, but nice run forward from Mullen. Moves up to 40 metres out. Argentina with the counter ruck. Palandini now going across to Santiago Alvarez. Has got Luciano Gonzalez with him, but instead drives forward almost to the tackle with Dardis. That's some great work. Oh, tell you what. He's been extremely unlucky there not to get the penalty of the Irish number 27. Now, Argentina, this is going to be the penalty for not rolling away. Argentina take the quick tap. Luciano Gonzalez, 5 metres out from the line, driving hard with the legs, but they have tied them up. Palandini goes across. It's almost a one-on-one. Hits the post there. Fraha, did he think it was a defender? Or did he just not see the bright red post? Either way, he smacked into it. And what are you going to cover when the Sevens are finished in the upcoming weeks? Says Kevin, we'll still have plenty of rugby that is taking place, whether that is Super Rugby or maybe a little bit of the Curry Cup. We've also got the Ashes coming up in the near future and the Under-20 World Cup for the rugby. So we've got plenty to cover still, even with those ones. Because now the next game will be interesting. Samoa versus GB. Very exciting game. I know a lot of people are intrigued to see how the Samoans follow up after getting themselves 3 wins in their group stage matches. Afraha's second try in London. Chiefs versus Brumbies. There's Damien there. 5 minutes remaining. 14 points difference now between these two sides. I would say that Argentina, if they can get themselves one more try, they'll feel they've got this one secured. But if Ireland are the next team to score, we could actually see a game go to golden point here, which I don't think would be a bad way to start the quarterfinals. Although for Argentina, that kick has gone out on the full, which gives Ireland the ball on the halfway line and a chance to fire back. Marcos Maneta now out there on the field. Him versus Va'a Pelomaliko. I think that's been one of the main talking points of this London Sevens. I think Apelo Maliko is ahead by 2 tries now at this point. But Samoa in their next game up against Great Britain, if they can score a whole heap of tries, it will then lead to him being well and truly ahead of Maneta, and Shamrocks are not winning this win, says Kerr there. There it is. Va'a Pelomaliko sitting on 47, Marcos Maneta on 45. And 10 a.m. here says Kerr. So yeah, it's actually. I was about to make a dumb comment. I was going to say it's actually a pretty decent time for the Northern Hemisphere, and that is because it's happening in the Northern Hemisphere. And please tell the time. At the moment, there are 4 minutes remaining, so we are 10 minutes through this contest. At the moment, now Billy Dardis going across nicely done. Penalty goes to Los Pumas, 5:55 a.m. So certainly early for yourself, Pedro. And also, weren't these two teams pulled with Fiji? Says Viniana, they were. And both of them went through due to the fact that there were only 12 teams in this contest rather than the 16. So because of that, it did mean that the third place, two best sides end up going well and drinking, mate, says Pedro. I'm so happy that took off, says Kerr. And also, we have got no, says Damien. It's currently 9 p.m. here in New Zealand. We are going right through to the final, which will be taking place at 4:30 a.m. Oh, Green 24 making his way off the field. So that's going to be Zach Ward off the field for Connor O'Sullivan, the youngster. Pretty quick. Got some good strength as well. So maybe an X factor for the Irish. First of all, though, they have to get the ball back. Argentina with the scrum feed, 42 metres out from the Irish line. Ball goes in. Palladini has it available. The pick and go around the side. Marcos Manetta with the fend, looking for tries, but he is also looking to help his side towards a victory. Big run there. Here comes, Manetta considered it. He realised that it was the number 21, Graziano, and decided he can have it. I love drinking black currants. Says Damien, we used to have a bush out the back that had black currants on it. I think it died. Bit of a sad end to the story on it, but big fan there from Graziano. And you could see Marcos Manetta, he considered it, but Graziano did not have any intentions of passing that ball to Manetta. He was claiming that try. So high five from Alvarez. That kick has gone over now. And I would think the next try they will give to Marcos Manetta if they get the chance, seeing as there's only 2.5 minutes remaining and they are up by 21. The winner of this game, like I mentioned, they will be facing the winner of the next contest, Samoa versus Great Britain. That one is just around the corner from starting. That will be kicking off at 9:07 p.m. New Zealand time. We'll be starting that stream at 9:05, and it's going to be a great game. Cannot wait to see how it ends up going. And Super Rugby, Dunedin Highlanders versus Reds next. Yes, says Reed. That is the way that the schedule works indeed. Next game for Super Rugby next weekend. It's flying by. I'll be asleep at 4:39 a.m. Watch your last stream in the morning at 8 a.m. says Kevin. And also, I think Pedro is meaning make tea. Oh, make tea is in like matey. Mate. Argentinian tea, really high in caffeine and antioxidants. Am I right, Pedro? Says Kerr there. Oh, so I feel like you're probably on a more, I was going to say spiritual level, but that's not the right term. But you're on the same wavelength as him. What a story. We had a blackcurrant bush that died. Sad into the story. What happened to Terry Kennedy? He has always been a top scorer in sevens. Yeah, unfortunately, well, it's probably not unfortunate for the team that he went to, but he actually joined an Australian Union team. So I think he's playing in like the second division, maybe the NRC in Australia. Terry Kennedy, at least that was where he was the last time I heard about him. But it's a shame because Ireland could really use him just with the class that he has got. You're also missing Mark Roach for this game. They've got a lot of players out here, Ireland. O'Sullivan passes across though. McDonald finds it to McNulty. Got a man on his ankle, so he's not going nowhere. Driven backwards. O'Sullivan now having a pierce of the run. Nice stepping from Connor O'Sullivan. Thought about the offload. Nicely claimed there by Argentina, and they win themselves the penalty. Double blow of the whistle. Okay, Santiago Alvarez has just been told off. Pretty much, AJ Jacobs was like, can I please ask for you to stop yelling at me? That was my South African accent. It was shocking. But yeah, he pretty much said, stop yelling at me so I can make my decisions. And Alvarez was like, oh, very sorry. That was not a good Argentinian accent. I'm shocking at accents this time of the night. It gets better at about 4 a.m., I swear. Ladies and gentlemen, what will Maliko get when he gets top try scorer? They give him a massive lollipop. No, they don't. I think he gets a trophy of some sort for top try scorer. Come on, Pedro, don't let me hanging curious now, says Kerr. Now 21 minutes remaining. Oh, sorry, not 21 minutes remaining. 21 points difference between these two sides. Tell you what, they'll be tied by 21 minutes. That is for sure. Palandini now looking for this line out throw. It will be Argentina making their way through to the next stage of the competition. Thrown in, taken well. Palandini now going across what stadium this at? It is at Twickenham in England or London. The Sevens, Marcos Maneta. Now nice step. Taken down again. Oh, counter ruck there from the Irish. I heard someone say, sir. Now, nice pass across. O'Sullivan in the midfield. Big Finn going in, and he's through Connor O'Sullivan. Now, I mentioned he could be an expected player. Oh, he might get caught. He's going to get caught. Order as he is taken down brilliantly. Finds the offload up, though. And getting the try. Dylan O'Grady. And yeah, 1 point to me. Yes, good, mate. Says Pedro. Jeez, you've nailed that one, Kerr. That one went straight over my head. That is for sure. Someone said 28 points to 14 is their prediction for this game, didn't they? Way back. I'm going to have to look back through the chat because I want to give them credit for who guessed it. If they guessed it, but it was a brilliant run, though, from O'Grady to be in support. Okay, maybe no one did say it. I'm looking through. Oh, no, there it is. Ireland, 28 points to 14. Argentina are going to beat them. Good job, Damien McKenzie. Done well. It's going to be the end of this contest, though. 28 points to 12. In fact, 28 points to 14, the end of this one. So the Argentines will be advancing. Now we are going to be transferring over to our next live stream, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be Samoa versus Great Britain. But I do thank you all very much for tuning in. And I watched the post-game interviews from final last night. Apparently, Lauderdale coaches took them to one side. They're 2 words only. Then their game changed. Wonder what the 2 words were. It's hard to squeeze into 2 words, isn't it? Play better. Might work. Unless we'll go over to the next stream, I will see you all in a very short moment.